Okay. Good evening to all of you. First, let me know is audio video both are okay? Are we good to go? Yes, audible. Very good evening to all of you. How are you all? Okay. So let's continue. In the last class, we have discussed the banking institution. Okay, we have covered the banking institution. In today's session, we are going to cover the non-banking financial institution. Like we have covered in the last class. We are talking about the financial institution. There are two types of financial institution we have discussed there. That is the banking institution and the non-banking financial institution. So we have completed the banking institution. Now we are going to talk about the non-banking financial institution. Okay, we are going to talk about the non-banking financial institution. Acha, before coming towards the NBFI, do let me know what are cooperative banks. Let's revise a little bit, then we will continue that. So first of all, let me know what is cooperative bank. Then we will continue forward. What is cooperative bank? Let's revise a little bit, then we will continue the NBFI. Yes, if you are bilingual, like Pankaj sir, you want to change your batch or you want to just join the English medium PPB class, do let me know. You want to convert your batch from bilingual to English medium or you just want to join the PPB English medium class? Cooperative bank for development of nation, for development of whole nation, cooperative bank is working, Ashok sir. Or for a particular sector of the country they are working. Focus on agriculture, banks work for agriculture sector. Yes, very good. If you want to change, Pankaj sir, your batch from bilingual to English medium, you have to mail to the support at the ID. Okay, drop a mail to the support at the ID, they will change your account. Okay, but do make sure after converting from bilingual to English medium, you have to continue with English medium. Okay, you have to continue with English medium. Achha, also let me know, do you have Mahapak? I hope you have bilingual and English medium both classes, then you have a Mahapak. If you have a Mahapak, you don't have to do anything else. Whatever, whichever class you want to join, whenever you want to join, you can join that batch. If you have Mahapak. Okay, let's continue. So, we are talking about here, from Monday onwards, Hemlata ma'am, that will be continuing. Voice is low. Is everybody facing audio issue? Let me know. Is audio is okay? If everything is okay, do all okay once, so that I will be knowing that there is no issue from my side. All okay. Okay, let's continue. So, cooperative banks are the banks which are working for the development of the agriculture sector. They are more focused to the agriculture. So, we have primary credit society, we have district central cooperative bank, we have state cooperative bank, we have urban cooperative bank. So, the primary cooperative banks are known as urban cooperative banks when they are working in an urban area or semi-urban area. Okay, that we have discussed in the last class. Okay, so let's start with the non-banking financial institution. So we have completed the financial institution. Then we have discussed the banking and non-banking financial institution. We have completed the banking institution. Now we have to cover with the non-banking financial institution. Now what is non-banking financial institution? Let's understand this first. So non-banking financial institution is a financial institution that does not have a full banking license. They don't have a full banking license. They don't have a authority to perform all kinds of banking services because they are not registered Banking Regulation Act 1949. So they are the financial institution. They do not have a full banking license and cannot accept deposit from the public. However, non-banking financial institutions do not facilitate alternate financial services such as investment, risk pooling, financial consulting, brokering, money transaction and check cashing. So all these things will be done by the non-banking financial institutions. Okay, all these things will be done by the non-banking financial institution. So these are the institutions which are working like how they are providing, they cannot accept the bank deposit. Okay, they cannot accept deposit from the public. What kind of deposit? They cannot accept any kind of deposit, demand or term. But in certain arrangement, in certain schemes, we are talking about that the NBFCs can accept the deposit, but that deposit should be your term deposit, not the demand one. Okay, what is it? We will be discussing further. So apart from that, we can say that the NBFCs are a source of consumer credit along with the licensed bank. So banks are providing services to us. Banks are giving facility of credit to all of us. Okay, bank are providing loan to all of us. Ma'am, you are not audible. Those who are facing audio and video issue, do rejoin the ones. What is check cashing? It's simply the way by which you can get money, like you are going to the bank and you are depositing your paychecks and you are getting money through the bank. That is known as check cashing. Okay, that is known as check cashing. The screen is not fully visible. Once try to rejoin the session, maybe all the issue will be resolved. First rejoin the session, if still you are facing all the issue, do let me know again. So NBFI, non-banking financial institutions, are a source of consumer credit. Like for example, if I need a funds, I can go to the bank and I can take loan from the bank. But when I am going to the bank has a certain criteria. Bank will check my credit history. Bank will ask for the collateral. Bank will ask for the third party guarantee. But if I don't have these things, I will not get loan from the bank. If my CIBIL rating is very bad, bank will not give loan to me. So I have to find the alternate option. So in the alternate option, we can go with the non-banking financial institution. They can provide us the credit facility. Okay. Now, the second thing is examples of non-bank financial institution include the venture capitalist, currency exchange, some micro loan organization, etc. So, all these are the financial institutions which are working as a non-banking financial institution. Okay. Next. So this is the non-banking financial institution divided into three categories. The first one is your all India financial institution. Second is non-banking financial companies. Third is primary dealers. So what these non-banking financial institutions are working for? So first of all India financial institutions are your kind of development banks which are working for the development of a particular sector, like NABARD is there. Okay, we have NABARD. Apart from that, we have CAIIB also. We have Exim Bank, we have NHB. So these are the all India financial institution which are providing loan for a specific sector's development. That is the all India financial institution. Second, if I talk about the NBFCs, they are not bank. NBFCs are not bank, but they are working like a bank. They are working in a comparison to bank. If we talk certain services they are providing. So NBFC is providing the services, that is also known as shadow banking. That is also known as shadow banking. Okay, so that is also known as shadow banking. Yes, these are also non-commercial bank. These are the development bank. They are known as non-commercial bank. Now next, if I talk about NBFCs, they are not bank, but they are providing services just like a bank. आवाज कर रहा है चू चू चू. So shadow banking is what? When the banks, they are not banks, but they are providing services like a bank. That is known as shadow banking. Okay. So that is known as shadow banking. Like for example, NBFCs can accept deposit, but in certain scheme or arrangement, they can accept the deposit from the public. But if I talk about NBFC, they can only accept the term deposit. They cannot accept the demand deposit. Okay. Now the primary dealers are introduced by Reserve Bank of India. Primary dealers was introduced by Reserve Bank of India, and these primary dealers are providing services for the selling and purchasing of government securities. So they are working for selling and purchasing of government securities. Okay, they are working for selling and purchasing of government securities. Video is not clear, voice is also breaking, unable to hear. Is audio is not perfect? Let me know. Is everyone having an audio issue? Everything is good. The rest people are saying everything is good. Do make sure you rejoin the session for once. If you are facing any kind of audio issue, if you are facing any kind of video issue, do rejoin the session once, because from my end everything is good. Okay, let's continue. So, if I talk about the All India financial institution, these are the financial institutions like NABARD, City, EXIM, NHB, which are providing loan for the development of a particular sector. Like if I talk about the NABARD, NABARD stands for National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. So, NABARD works for which particular bank, which particular sector? It works for the agriculture and rural development. NABARD works for the agriculture and rural development. If I talk about EXIM, EXIM stands for Export Import Bank. So, it is working for the export and import of the country. Okay. Apart from that, if I say about the CAIIB, CAIIB stands for Small Industries Development Bank of India. So, CAIIB is working for the small industries development. If I talk about NHB, NHB is National Housing Bank. It is working for the housing sector's development. So, they are working for a different sectors development in the country. Clear? Now, these are the types of All India financial institution. Now, we have NBFCs. So, NBFCs are non-banking financial companies. They are providing services just like a bank, but not the whole type of services like a bank. That's why they are known as shadow banking. Like what is banking? If I talk about banking, banking is simply the services provided by bank. All the services which are provided by bank is known as your banking. So, when you are providing banking, it means you are providing a certain services to the customer. You are providing certain services to the customer, that is your banking. Now, under the banking, if I talk about under the banking, what kind of service bank is providing, according to that, the different types of banking will be there. Let's understand one or two banking for an example. For example, if I talk about the universal banking. If I talk about universal banking, what is universal banking? Universal banking is simply a type of banking in which all kinds of commercial and investment services is available under a single roof of a bank. Like when I go to the bank, I will deposit my money. I can take loan from the bank. I can withdraw my money. I can clear my check. I can have a demand deposit, demand draft. I can have locker facility, I can have the demat account, everything is available. I can have a mutual fund there. So, everything is available in a particular bank that is known as your universal banking. So, when a bank is providing all kind of services under a roof, that is known as your universal banking. Then we have virtual banking. We have virtual banking. Now, what is virtual banking? Virtual banking is simply when the customer do not have to visit a bank branch for the transaction. When the customer do not have to visit the bank branch for the transaction, that is known as your virtual banking. It means simply we can say without visiting a bank branch, when the customer is capable of having the transactions of the bank, that is known as virtual banking. Like for example, ATM transactions, I can have online payments. Like if I want to deposit my money, I don't have to visit the bank branch. I can just go to the cash deposit machine, I can deposit money there. If I want to withdraw money, I don't have to go to the bank and stand in the queue and take my withdrawals. No, I can directly go to the ATM and can withdraw money from there. If I want to send money to someone else, if I want to transfer money to someone else, I don't have to go to the bank. I can simply do by internet banking. So that is what I am talking about, the virtual banking. When a customer without visiting a bank branch is capable of performing the banking services, that is known as virtual banking. Okay, that will be known as virtual banking. Okay, now, if I talk about, yes, digital is same. Digital is the example you can say. Virtual banking involves your ATM transactions. It involves your digital banking. Digital banking you can say, or you can call it a online banking. That will be there. Okay, so ATM services, digital banking, online banking or mobile banking will be the example of virtual banking. Mobile banking will be the example of virtual banking. So, all these are the virtual banking example. So, digital a part of virtual. Okay, Punis sir? Yeah, you can perform the bank's official application. That is also internet banking. When you are using the application, that's also a digital banking or online banking, or you can call it a internet banking. So, apart from that, we also have what? Shadow banking. Now, what is shadow banking? Shadow banking is simply when the NBFCs are providing services to the customers, that will be known as shadow banking. That will be known as shadow banking. Apart from that, we also have different types of banking, like Islamic banking is there. What is Islamic banking? Islamic banking is simply there are certain community which used to follow this Islamic law, that is the Sharia law, and they still follow the law, but under this particular law, this has been said that no interest will be taken. So the Islamic banking works on the Sharia law principle, which say there is a we can say it prohibits the giving and acceptance of the interest in a bank. So there are certain community who are following the Sharia law and they do not want to accept the interest and they do not want to give the interest to the bank. So that's why Islamic banking is there, where there was no interest will be paid on the deposit and no interest will be taken on the loan. But now this type of banking is not working in India, because right now those banks who are getting the interest and all, they are facing the loss. If you start the Islamic banking, there will be a definite loss for the economy. So that's why now we are not using what kind of banking? The Islamic banking. Okay. Now next we have para banking also. Now what is para banking? What is para banking? If I talk about the para banking, the kind of banking in which the customer is getting the day-to-day transaction from the bank, but apart from day-to-day transaction, bank is also providing you the additional services that will be known as para banking. Like bank is providing you deposit, withdrawal and lending services. These are the day-to-day transaction of a bank. But apart from that, if bank is providing you insurance, bank is providing you demat account, bank is providing you locker facility, these will be counted as the para banking. So para banking, when the bank is providing day-to-day transactions, but except that bank is also providing you the additional services, that will be known as your para banking. Clear? So acha, if I ask what is the difference between universal banking and para banking? Because in universal also you are getting insurance, demat account, locker facility, etc., etc. In the para banking also you are getting the same. Now what is the difference between these two? Thank you so much, Prasanti ma'am. So let me know what is the difference between these two, universal and para banking. Those who are watching us on YouTube, if you have any particular doubt, you can ask, okay? Universal bank products, para banking, other products, okay? What about rest? In para banking, third party products came, okay. See, in the universal banking also the third party products are there. In universal banking, you are providing demat account. In universal banking, you are providing insurance. So in the universal also you are covering the third party products. In para banking, we don't get core banking products. No, you get the core banking products. The only difference is that in the universal banking, all kinds of activities, all kinds of services will be available to the customer. All kinds of activities, all kinds of services will be available to the customer in the universal banking. But in para banking, what happens in para banking? Bank is providing day-to-day transaction. Bank is providing day-to-day transaction. Bank is performing the day-to-day transactions. Apart from that, in addition to this, bank is also providing, bank is providing extra facility. This extra facility can be one single facility. It can be only insurance. It can be only demat account. It can be only, let's say, for example, locker facility. But some additional facilities there. But in universal banking, all kinds of facilities will be there. This is the main difference between universal and para. Okay, because all kinds of products will be available here also and here also. There is no limitations of product services. But when all services are available under a roof, that is universal. And when with the day-to-day activity, you are getting one or two additional activity services also. That will be covered under the para banking. Clear? Islamic banking is working on the Sharia law. Okay, Islamic banking is working on the Sharia law, and this law prohibits the acceptance and giving of interest. This law prohibits that you can't give the interest and you can't take the interest. So this is the type of bank where there is no interest will be paid on the deposit and no interest will be taken on the loan. Okay, that is known as your Islamic banking. I hope it is clear. So these are there are multiple types of banking we are talking about, and when we talk about the NBFC is providing you the type of banking, that's a shadow banking. That's a shadow banking. Shadow banking is nothing when the NBFCs are providing a type of banking services to you, that is known as shadow banking. Okay. Now, what are primary dealers? Primary dealers are introduced by RBI in the year 1995. Actually, we know that RBI works as an agent for Government of India. Okay, RBI is one of the function of RBI is banker to the Government of India. What we call RBI? We call RBI banker to the Government of India. It means RBI is working as an agent for Government of India, right? So, all the selling and purchasing of government securities, the selling and purchasing of government securities will be done by RBI, because RBI works as an agent for the Government of India, and because of that RBI has introduced the primary dealers which are helping out the banks, which are helping out the RBI to sell and purchase the government security. So, primary dealers purchase security from RBI and they can sell to the commercial bank, they can sell to the primary or secondary market also. Okay. Clear? Let me know till now the introduction of NBFI is clear to everyone. Should I move forward? Okay, clear. Next. So, these are the All India Financial Institution. These are the All India Financial Institution. We have Exim Bank. Exim is Export-Import Bank of our country. So, Exim was established in the year 1982, controlled by Government of India. It provides loan, credit, finance to exporters and importers. Okay, what is your all in Exim Bank? Exim Bank is simply Export-Import Bank of India. It is controlled by the Government of India 100%. Okay, and it provides a loan credit facility to the exporter as well as the importer. Exports means selling goods to abroad, imports mean purchasing goods from abroad. Okay, now promotes cross-border trade and investment. So, Exim Bank promotes the cross-border trade. It means it is doing what? All India Financial Institution under the Exim Bank under the All India Financial Institution. It is promoting the foreign trade of the country and it is promoting the foreign investment in the country. That is known as your Exim Bank. Okay, next we have NABARD, National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. It is working for the agriculture rural development. Established in the year 1982 and Government of India has 100% share. In 2019, what happened? Let me tell you here. In 2019, RBI has sold the share of NHB, that was 100% shareholding, sold to the Government of India, and the price RBI had taken was 1420 crores. In 1420 crore, RBI sold the share, not the 1420 crore, it was 1450 crores, sorry. It was 1450 crores. Okay, that's the amount Government of India has paid to the RBI for purchasing the 100% shares of NHB. In the same year, in the month of April, at the same time, RBI also sold the share of NABARD. RBI also sold the share of NABARD to the Government of India, and the Government of India has returned 20 crores to the RBI. So, from the year 2019, RBI sold the share of Government of India, NABARD to the Government of India, and since then NABARD's 100% ownership stays with the Government of India. Okay, it stays with the Government of India. Clear? Let me know, is it clear? So, do remember this data also, that in 2019 Government of India has sold, RBI has sold 100% shares of NHB to government in 1450 crores, and in 2019 NABARD's shares has been sold to the Government of India 1%, that of amount 20 crores. Okay. So, now I will be little slow. So, this is what we have discussed about the NHB, Exim Bank and NABARD. So, Government of India has now 100% holding. It regulates the cooperative banks and RRBs. Okay, actually the regulatory body of banking system is only RBI. RBI regulates all the banking system in the country. Okay, but if I talk about NABARD, NABARD has been established by RBI for the agriculture and rural areas development supervision. So, that is done by NABARD for the RRBs and cooperative bank. Like RBI provide refinance facility to the commercial bank. Similarly, NABARD provides refinance facility to the RRB and cooperative banks. RBI was not the owner. RBI has the shareholding of NABARD with the itself, but it has been sold to the government. Like RBI was not fully owner of the NABARD. RBI and Government of India has the shareholding of NABARD. Like government had 51%, RBI had 49%. Then government got 99 and RBI got the 1%. And that was returned to Government of India in the 2019. So now the Government of India has 100%. So RBI was not the owner, but yes, RBI was the shareholder there. The ownership always stayed of NABARD with the Government of India. Ebooks shall be provided for reading. Ebooks, and I am repeating again and again the same answer. We are working on it. The ebooks and your test series, we are working on it. Within 1 or 2 months, that will be available for all of you. Okay. So you know that on the 14th of January, the syllabus came, na, the actual syllabus of your JAIIB came on the 14th of January. So already from 14th of January, we started working on the content. So it will take a little bit time to create a good study material, right? So the ebooks and test series will be available within 1 or 2 months, maybe max 2 months. That will be the duration. Okay, apart from that, yes, on Amazon, on Kindle, ebook is already available for the Macmillan, which is authored by the IIBF itself. If you want, you can go with that also. Now, so the NABARD, Regulatory Authority of Cooperative Bank and RRB, it manages the Rural Infrastructure Development Fund. Okay, NABARD manages the Rural Infrastructure Development for RIDF. It is RIDF, Rural Infrastructure Development Fund. Next, we have finances, state cooperative banks, RRBs, microfinance institution, cottage industries, handicrafts, self-help group, etc. So, all these comes under the NABARD for the agriculture and rural areas development. Clear? Till the revision purpose, that is already available. Don't worry, right now, just focus on the conceptual clarity and revise from this particular class only, and you will get the ebooks definitely within 1 or 2 months max to max. So till you complete your syllabus 50% or 60% or 80%, till then your PDFs will be, ebooks will be available. You can revise from there. Okay. I'm going slowly already. Oh, I have to be more slow. Is the speed is too much? Let me know. Audio video is good, speed is fine. Okay. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's continue. So, the next we have a NHB. NHB is National Housing Bank. It was established in 1988. So, it is an apex institution for housing finance in India. What is NHB? NHB is an apex institution for housing finance in India. So, it provides finance to banks and NBFCs for housing project. Okay, what NHB is doing? It is providing your banks and NBFC finances for the housing projects in the country. So, there is a Residex index, housing sector inflation index. Like we have na in the share market, Sensex and Nifty, these are the indexes which shows us how the prices of shares are keep rising or keep falling. That's the we are getting the index properly. What is going on with the share prices? That is the Sensex and Nifty. Similarly, we have a Residex index that tells us about the inflation index in the housing sector. I mean, in what are the prices of housing are going on, like how it is increasing, how it is decreasing. All the ratio will be available in the Residex index. It used to be, right now let's see. First of all, I have told you that NHB, the RBI have established the NHB. Actually, RBI got the 100% holding in the National Housing Bank. So, NHB was the wholly owned subsidiary. NHB was the wholly owned subsidiary of RBI. Wholly owned subsidiary means 100% shares of NHB was with RBI. So, it was regulated by RBI, and at that time NHB was regulating the housing finance companies in India. So, NHB was regulating the housing finance companies in India when it was the wholly owned subsidiary of RBI. But now the NHB's 100% shares went to Government of India. So now it is not regulating the housing finance company. Now this work is done by RBI itself. So housing finance companies are regulated by RBI now. But yes, if I talk about NHB, all the government projects related to housing sector are regulated by NHB. Like the Awas Yojana or whatever scheme the Government of India is introducing, that will be available with the help of NHB only. No video even after rejoining, video not visible, video not visible. Is everyone having a video issue? Some issue is there. Okay, one second, let me call someone. ये बोल रहे हैं वीडियो इशू आ रहा है, वीडियो नहीं दिख रहा, मुझे तो दिख रहा है, पता नहीं लिख रहे हैं, देखो नो वीडियो विजिबल, वीडियो इज नॉट विजिबल, सब लिख रहे हैं एक साथ. यूट्यूब पे भी दिख रहा है वीडियो तो. Now it's visible. Now is it visible? Is audio and video both are okay? If everything is okay, do write all okay, so that I will be continuing the session. Okay, let's continue. So we have discussed that what is NHB. NHB is National Housing Bank. It used to be known as the wholly owned subsidiary of RBI, but now its 100% share has been given to the Government of India. So it is no more the subsidiary of RBI. It is working as a development bank in the country. Okay, it is working as a development bank in the country. Clear? Should I move forward? Till now, is any other doubt? Should I go forward? Okay. So this is what we have discussed about the NHB. So NHB is the National Housing Bank. Next we have SIDB. SIDB stands for Small Industries Development Bank of India. It was established in the year 1990. Okay, now it manages the SEDF, that is the Small Enterprises Development Fund. Now SIDB manages the Small Enterprises Development Fund. It provides finance to State Industrial Development Corporation, State Finance Corporation, Micro, Small, Medium Enterprises sector and banks. Okay, so what the SIDB is doing? SIDB is providing all these services to the people. Okay, so it is mainly promoting the small industries in the country. That's what the SIDB is doing. Like the micro, small, medium enterprises also. SIDB has introduced the certain applications, initiatives, the portals like Udyami portal is there. So on the SIDB's website, you will find the Udyami portal. That Udyami portal will be helping the micro, small, medium enterprises to raise their queries, to ask for the funds, to ask for the non-fund help or whatever help they require. So they can be there to ask for the funding and non-funding requirements of there with the SIDB on the Udyami portal. And that Udyami portal is available on the website of the SIDB. Okay. Now, next, All India Financial Institution we have cleared, that is the part of NBFI, non-banking financial institution. Now we are going to cover the non-banking financial companies, that is NBFCs. Now we are going to cover the non-banking financial companies, that is NBFC. So NBFC is non-banking financial company. What NBFC is doing actually? Non-banking financial companies are those companies which are working for the profit maximization, I can say. They perform certain activity like the bank is performing, but there are certain restrictions. Like if I talk about NBFC, they can provide loan and advances. They can provide loan and advances, but they provide the loan and advances only and only in risk-free assets. In risk-free assets. Risk-free assets means they provide loan to the kind of sector where there is a guarantee of funds coming back. Okay, where there is a guarantee of funds coming back. Like they do not provide loan to the agriculture sector. They do not provide loan to the agriculture sector. Why they are not providing loan to the agriculture sector? Because agriculture sectors always have a certain kind of risk that maybe chances they will create the NPA there, non-performing asset there. So that's why they don't provide loan to the agriculture, or they even don't provide loan to the certain enterprises which are working in the agriculture sector. So they mainly provide loan to the risky assets, or I can say risk-free assets. Okay, so this is the difference between bank and NBFC. Now NBFC can also accept deposit. RBI has allowed that they can accept the deposit, but they cannot accept the demand deposit. They will never accept the demand deposit because they don't provide the withdrawal services to the customer. So they do not accept the demand deposit. But yes, they do what? They can accept the term deposit. They can accept the term deposit. Okay, these are the NBFCs. These are the NBFCs. Not audible? What's going on? Is everyone having an audio issue? Okay, I have restarted the session. Now is it okay? I have restarted the session. Now is it okay? Buffering sometime, audio video is gone for some time, but now okay. Okay, let's continue. So have you heard these definition of NBFCs? So NBFCs are non-banking financial companies. They provide loan and advances to the risk-free assets, and they can accept only the term deposit. They cannot accept the demand deposit because regular withdrawal services is not provided by the NBFC. That is only provided by the banks. So they cannot accept the demand deposit. Okay, next. So you can see here, you can read the definition here that NBFC is engaged in the business of loans and advances. Okay, NBFC is engaged in the business of loans and advances, the acquisition of shares, bonds, debentures, securities, chit funds, hire purchase, etc. But does not include any institution whose principal business is that of agriculture, industrial activity, purchase or sale of any goods, or provide any services and sale, purchase, construction of immovable property. So NBFC is providing loan and advances. NBFCs also provide funding for the shares, bond, debentures, securities, chit funds, chit business, hire purchase, etc. The NBFC provide loan for all these activities, but it do not provide loan, it do not cover the advances facility for the institutions whose principal businesses are related to agriculture, whose principal business is related to industrial activity, or which is related to the purchase or sale of any goods or providing any services, or we can say any activity which is related to the sale, purchase, construction, okay, sale, purchase, construction of immovable property. Clear? That will not be performed by the NBFC, non-banking financial companies. Clear? Next. NBFC, which is a company and has a principal business of receiving deposits under any scheme or arrangement in one lump sum or in installments by way of contribution or in any other manner, is also NBFC, that is known as residuary NBFC. Okay, so now it has also said that the NBFCs can accept the deposit. The NBFCs can accept deposit from the public, but under the certain scheme or arrangement. Okay, and that NBFCs will be known as residuary NBFCs who are taken the funding. So you can see NBFC, which is a company and has a principal business of receiving deposit. So certain NBFCs can accept the deposit here under any scheme or arrangement which should be prescribed by RBI. That should be prescribed by RBI. If RBI allows to take the deposit from the customer, then NBFC can take the deposit, okay, in lump sum or in installment by way of contribution or any other manner. So that is allowed, and these type of NBFCs are known as RNBFCs, or you can see residuary NBFC. Clear? Now there are certain differences between the banks and NBFC. There are certain differences between the banks and NBFC, and that is important. Maximum questions, or I can say there are certain questions can be asked from this part, that what is the difference between bank and NBFC. So the first difference is that if I talk about bank, they are registered under Banking Regulation Act 1949. Okay, banks are constituted under the Banking Regulation Act 1949. But if I talk about the NBFCs will be constituted under the Companies Act. Under the Companies Act 2013, now it used to be 1956. Okay, but its amendment has been done. Okay, now if I talk about the bank can accept the demand deposit. Bank can accept the demand deposit as well as the term deposit. Okay, bank can accept the demand deposit as well as the term deposit. But if I talk about the NBFCs cannot accept demand deposit. They cannot accept the demand deposit. They can only accept the term deposit. They can only accept the term deposit. And for the term deposit, there is a limit. Okay, if the NBFCs are accepting term deposit, there is a limit that they can accept this deposit for a period of 1 month, for a period of 1 month, 12 months to 60 months. So they can accept deposit from 12 months to 60 months, or you can say from 1 year to 5 years. So this is the duration in which NBFCs can accept deposit from the public under the term deposit only. Okay. Now the next thing is banks can participate under the payment settlement system. Now what is payment settlement system? Simply the check clearance, your NEFT, RTGS, IMPS, demand deposit, etc. Demand draft, etc. Online transaction, etc. All these will be covered under the bank, but NBFCs cannot participate under the payment settlement system. NBFCs do not provide check facility. NBFC do not provide NEFT, RTGS, IMPS services. So that is a difference. One more difference. Okay. The another difference is that banks have to maintain the reserve ratios. What is reserve ratio? The CRR SLR. It is mandatory for the banks to maintain the reserve ratio, and these reserve ratios are CRR and SLR. But NBFCs do not maintain the CRR SLR. Okay, there is no mandatory on the NBFCs that they have to maintain the CRR SLR. There is no such condition is there. If I talk about the another difference is that in NBFC, okay, there is a insurance available, and the deposit insured under DICGC. Under the bank, in the bank, the deposit is insured under the DICGC. What is DICGC? Deposit Insurance and Credit Guarantee Corporation. But NBFC's deposit are not insured under the DICGC. Okay, that is not done by the NBFC. So NBFC's deposit will not be covered under the DICGC. Clear? So these are the differences between banks and NBFC. Let me know, is it clear to everyone? Is this difference is clear to everyone? Is there any other doubt? Let me know. Those who are watching us on the YouTube, if you have any doubt, you can also ask, because I am checking your comments also. If you have any doubt, you can ask there. PSS is Payment Settlement System. Okay, Payment and Settlement System is PSS. Okay, clear to all. So this is the difference between the NBFC and banks. Okay, now this is what we have discussed today. We have completed the All India Financial Institution. We have completed the non-banking financial companies basic understanding. In the next class, we will be starting with the primary dealers. Okay. So now I want to give information to those people who have not joined the batch yet, that these are the two batches which are going on. You can see that the English medium and bilingual, both the batches started from the 13th of January. In these two batches, we have started Indian economy and Indian financial system, and also the principles and practices of banking. These two subjects has been started, and on these two batches, right now the 81% discount is going on. That will be available till tonight. Okay, by using the code Y496, you can use this particular 81% discount. On the JAIIB CAIIB Mahapacks, right now the 81% discount with the double validity is going on. Okay, these two things is going on the JAIIB CAIIB Mahapacks, right? And if I talk about this JAIIB and CAIIB Mahapack, this is what we are talking about, double validity. Now, what is the difference between Mahapack and the target batches? In target batches, you will find that in the target batches, you will have only the conceptual classes of all the subjects of your JAIIB. But in the JAIIB, CAIIB, Mahapack, or only the JAIIB, Mahapack, you will be getting in the future the revision batches, the MCQ batches, case study batches, numerical batches, ebooks, test series, everything will be available. So, in future, whatever upcoming batches are there, whatever potential batches are there, so that all will be covered under the Mahapacks. Okay, that's the difference between Mahapack and the target batches. Now, how to enroll? To enroll, you have to go to the Adda 24/7 application. If you have not downloaded the application yet, then do download the application, because there you will find the 1% additional discount. Okay, there you will find the 1% additional discount. One second. So, click here on the Adda 24/7 application. You will find the JAIIB CAIIB tab here. Click on the JAIIB CAIIB tab. You will find all these. To enroll, you have to click on the JAIIB 23 target if you want to go with the target batch. If you want to go with the JAIIB CAIIB Mahapack, you can click here. So, if you want to go with the target batch, these are the batches which are going on the application right now. Click on the view all. All these batches are available right now. These are live batches. If you want to enroll with the English target batch, then you can click here. 6 months validity is there. Indian economy, Indian financial system, and PPB we have started. Do read all the details, and after reading all the details, you have to click on the buy now. Okay, in the end, you have to click on the buy now and enter a code here. That is your Y496. And click on the apply. When you apply, you will find here the 80% discount is going on. But for 1% additional discount, you can use a coins. For 1% additional discount, you can use the coins that is available on the application. 6 months validity is there. All the subjects of JAIIB will be covered. And the code to enroll will be your Y496, and you have to pay here around 3,700 to get this particular target batch. The much more better option for all of you is JAIIB CAIIB Mahapack, because it is covering 12 plus 12 month validity. It will be covering JAIIB as well as it will be covering CAIIB for the next 2 years. All the batches will be covered here. So, you can see here, whenever you go with the JAIIB CAIIB Mahapack, you will be getting sufficient time to qualify the JAIIB as well as the CAIIB also. All the compulsory paper, elective paper of the CAIIB also will included. English medium, bilingual, both batches will be available. All the batches will be available. That is going to be there in the next 2 years. So, do read all the details. After reading all the details, what you have to do, click on the buy now. Enter a coupon code here. That is Y496 again. And click on the apply. When you apply, you will find here the 80% discount is going on. Plus 1% additional discount will be available if you use the coins. So, 12 plus 12 month validity is there. JAIIB, CAIIB both will be covered. Okay, and 10,500 something you have to pay for the 2 years validity. So, 81% discount plus the double validity is available till tonight only. Okay, and to enroll, you can use the code Y496. Clear? So, our Indian economy, Indian financial system, English medium classes are going on in the morning 7 AM and the PPB is going on in the evening at the 9 PM. Okay, this is the timing of the classes. Now, let's end the session if you don't have any doubt. NBFC can accept the deposit, Puneet sir, but they cannot accept the demand deposit. Demand deposit will be only accepted by the bank. Like CASA, they cannot provide. They can only accept the FD, and that will be for the 1 year to 5 years validity only. But when it comes to the bank, you can have the FD from 1 to 10 years, okay? But there is no such kind of services in the NBFC. And also, bank can accept the current account, savings account, NBFC do not accept the current and savings account. That's the difference there. Yes, in target batch that will be available, Vivek sir. Okay. but a limited one, like topic wise test will be there. Okay, so let's end the session here. See you all tomorrow at the same time. Yes, you can do that, but you have to mail to the Adda support ID. You can mail to the Adda support ID. If you mail there, they will send you a link in which you have to make the difference amount of payment and you will be getting the Maha pack enrolled. Okay, so drop a mail to the support Adda ID. Okay, so thank you for joining the session. Have a good time. See you all tomorrow in the morning at 7 a.m. with the Indian Economy, Indian Financial Systems class. Okay, so take care all. Bye-bye. Good night.